Lakers report, we've got LeBron shocked by Pelicans GM David Griffin's comments about his 2014 free agency signing with the Cavs. Are the Lakers planning to post up more than any other team in the league? See what new head coach Frank Vogel has to say. And later on, see what Kyle Kuzma says about what it truly takes to be on the Lakers. We talk all these stories and some news on Alex Caruso right now on Lakers Report on Chat Sports, all things Lakers. Welcome into Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. I'm Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now, obviously, another day, another drama, a lot of breaking news stories, a lot to talk about. So let's just jump right into some of these breaking news stories for the purple and gold today. But before we do, make sure you are subscribed down below here on Chat Sports and the new Lakers Chat Sports YouTube channel as well, so you don't miss a single second of all things Lakers. But let's just get into the big storyline right now, because LeBron James was just called out by former Cleveland Cavaliers general manager and current executive vice president of head of basketball operations David Griffin in a Sports Illustrated article that was posted Thursday morning. David Griffin had some not very flattering things to say about LeBron James. He actually said that he was miserable being the Cleveland Cavaliers general manager and completely just could not take the pressure, and that there was literally no amount of money that would make him have that position again and be working for a team that also featured LeBron James, just because of all the pressure that surrounded him about having to win a championship and how big his celebrity was. It just wasn't worth it to him, and he would never do it ever again. Now, obviously, these comments were not taken lightly by LeBron and his camp, and apparently they reached out to Griffin. The two talked, and Griffin said that a lot was left out of the interview. There was a lot of context that was not included that would have cleared up some of these things, that he didn't really mean to have these negative things to say about LeBron. It wasn't necessarily his fault. He apparently told the camp just that it wasn't the best situation because of how big his celebrity was and how much attention and media he drew, but that these comments weren't necessarily directed at LeBron. But at the end of the day, saying that, you know, when he found out that LeBron was joining the Cavs back in 2014, he was excited at first, but then quickly fell to the floor and had a panic attack because he now had all of this pressure to deliver a championship to the King when he joined Cleveland, was something that was just a little crazy. It's really unexpected because David Griffin is not known to be a guy to say these kind of crazy, outlandish things and really go on record and give these interviews and really kind of tarnish players, especially a guy like LeBron. So this really did just come out of nowhere. Also in this interview, he also said that LeBron doesn't really care about winning anymore ever since he brought a title to Cleveland. Now that just isn't really his main priority anymore. It's now just kind of coaching his son and then hopefully one day owning a franchise. Now, I think this statement is also just completely crazy. I think LeBron James is definitely motivated to win a championship, especially to bring a championship with the Lakers now that we have Anthony Davis. I think he's going to be highly motivated this season to do so. So I do not think this comment and this statement is right at all. But you know what? Obviously, a lot of people had a lot to say about this, but LeBron said it best in a tweet. He just told everyone to calm down and let the King return to his throne. So that is our big storyline. I think it's a little crazy here, but let's move on because we have a lot of crazy stories. Just another crazy day in Lakerland. But before we do, if you like sports betting and you would like to win a free NBA jersey of your choice, any player, any team, just DM me on my Instagram or my Twitter right now. My Instagram is at Hannah Rose Kulik and my Twitter is at Hannah_Kulik, and I will explain to you how you can get one. It is so easy. We've already given away so many jerseys. I'm so grateful for one of our sponsors here on Chat Sports to give me this opportunity to give you a free NBA jersey. So go ahead and message me right now. But we have to move on to our second storyline today, because our second storyline features the Lakers game plan this season. Now, are the Lakers going to be the #1 post-up team in the league? New head coach Frank Vogel gave an interview with Sports Illustrated where he said that the Lakers are going to be posting up a lot this season. Obviously, that plays into Anthony Davis, LeBron James, DeMarcus Cousins' game. We got those guys. Also, JaVale McGee, who's more of a lob threat, but you know, all of those guys like to play in the paint. So obviously, in order to play to those guys' strengths, we're going to be posting up a lot. We're going to be playing in the paint. But Frank Vogel also said that, you know, the game has changed so much, and not only is driving to the paint and playing in the post important, but we've got to have those wing players outside to be able to knock down those shots. And the Lakers are in an excellent position because not only do they have these talented post-up players like AD, LeBron, DeMarcus, but we also have some great shooters. We've really maximized this team where we have the perfect, in my opinion at least, the perfect team to go into the season where we are really locked and loaded at every position. So not only do we have these great post-up players, we have these great knockdown shooters. So when all the defenders are drawn to the paint, we're going to be able to pass it out. We've got some great passers, obviously, like LeBron. AD is an excellent passer. Even DeMarcus Cousins is a good passer. So we're going to be able to pass it out to some wing players to knock down some threes. So definitely look for the Lakers, obviously with the acquisitions of Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, and then of course LeBron and bringing back JaVale. Definitely look for them to be posting up a lot in the paint, but also kicking it out to some wing players to knock down some threes. It's obviously going to be an extremely exciting season. We've got some of the best players in the NBA on our squad, so we're going to be killing it this season. But I'm curious, who do you think is going to be the Lakers' leading scorer? Do you think it's going to be Anthony Davis? Or do you think it's going to be LeBron James? A lot of people are saying AD is going to dethrone the King, but a lot of people are saying, nope, the King is still going to lead the purple and gold in scoring this season. So comment down below because I'm curious to what you guys think. I personally think that Anthony Davis is going to be the Lakers' leading scorer. I think LeBron's going to take that step back, really let AD shine, especially offensively, but at the end of the day, you just never know. So let me know what you guys think down below, but let's get into our next storyline. Now, this next report is a sentiment that I'm sure a lot of us Laker fans can agree with. Anthony Davis has given an interview where he said he is so excited to be able to play with DeMarcus Cousins again. Now, obviously, those two players played together back in the New Orleans Pelicans a couple of years ago, and they were unbelievable together. This was the season where DeMarcus Cousins was truly dominating the league, and he was well on his way to being a full-blown superstar before, of course, tearing his Achilles. Now, obviously, that cut Boogie's season a little bit short, so those two players have a lot of unfinished business to do, and now they have officially teamed back up, and this time for the Lakers, and they are going to be in a great position to win a championship. So those two players have great chemistry. During that season for the Pelicans, both of those guys were playing and averaging their best stats of their entire career. AD was averaging about 28 points, 13 rebounds. We also saw Boogie averaging, you know, about 25 points, double-digit rebounds as well. He was an all-star as well. So those two guys are not only very talented players, but they have some great chemistry on and off the court. And I'm sure not only is Anthony Davis is excited to play with Boogie, but a lot of Laker fans are really excited. He is also a Los Angeles Laker, and I'm sure the entire team is excited to be able to play with a guy like DeMarcus Cousins. He has a ton of potential if he can just remain healthy. I truly believe he could have been that third star that the Lakers signed this season. So AD is excited, I'm excited, and I'm sure everyone really in Lakerland is thrilled that DeMarcus Cousins is finally a Los Angeles Laker and that those two are going to be able to team up and bring a championship to LA. But I'm curious, what seed do you guys think the Lakers are going to come in the Western Conference? I personally think they're going to be #1, but I may just be a little bit biased. I am Laker Hannah after all, but what seed do you guys think they are going to be realistically down in the Western Conference? Comment down here below, but let's move on to our next storyline because this next story is featuring a player that I'm just slightly fond of. It's, of course, Kyle Kuzma. Kuz gave an interview to Carrie Champion of ESPN where he said, look, not everyone is cut out to be a Laker. There's obviously a lot of scrutiny, a lot of media attention, and just not everyone can handle it. But he also went on to say that he's really relished in all of the pressure. He loves it, and he feels like he was completely ready from it. The second he became a Laker, he said he just put his hard hat on and went straight to work. And obviously, I think we can all agree that Kuz is the one guy out of all of these young players that we have drafted these last few years that has really made the most of his experience with the Lakers, and he's the one guy who really definitely deserves to be here. He has worked so extremely hard. He has gotten a reputation around the league as truly being one of the best NBA workers in the entire league. So Kuz is definitely prepared, definitely has what it takes to be a Laker. Obviously, this next season is a very important season for him. It really could be that make or break year for him. It's going to be going into his third season. He's going to be that third option for the Lakers possibly. He could either be their sixth man and be the big leading guy coming off the bench, or he could also have a starting role with the Lakers, and regardless, he's going to have a huge role. He was the one player out of all of these young guys that the Lakers have drafted. After all these guys, you know, Lonzo, Ingram, Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, all of these players who were said to be the future face of the franchise are all gone now, and the one player where no one really expected much from is still around. And not only is he around, but he is expected to be the Lakers' third option and actually could end up being their biggest star young player. So I am so excited to see Kyle Kuzma play this season. I think he's going to have a great season, and if anyone knows him, they know that he has been working his butt off to do everything possible to improve so that he can really help the Lakers win that championship. Now, rounding out our stories for this Lakers report today, we've got to talk about Alex Caruso. I got some interesting information on Caruso for you guys, but before we do, make sure we are subscribed down below to Chat Sports here on their new Lakers YouTube channel. We are so close to 3,000 subscribers. I would love to get there by the end of the month, so please do me a favor and subscribe down below so that you do not miss anything that has to do with our Los Angeles Lakers. But let's get into Alex Caruso, because is Alex Caruso going to have a bigger role for the purple and gold than most people are expecting? Richard Kroom of The Eagle recently published a story talking about Alex Caruso signing that 2-year contract with the purple and gold, and said that, listen, he could actually have a bigger role with this team than a lot of people are expecting him to. Now, I, for one, actually agree with him on this. You know, Caruso was a guy that a couple of years ago when he played for the Lakers during the Summer League, no one knew who he was, no one cared about him, but he actually ended up getting some minutes when Lonzo got injured, and he really made the most of those minutes. In the last 2 years for the Lakers, he's been on these two-way contracts, but he's really made the most of his minutes. He's gotten some time due to, of course, all of the Lakers' injuries, especially to our point guards these last couple of years, and he really has become this guy who's very well respected in the league. There was also rumor that a lot of teams this summer were trying to get him, Golden State being one of the top teams who were interested in him, but ultimately he decided to come and play for the Lakers, and I think this is something that a lot of Laker fans should be excited about, because look, that starting point guard spot, or even that backup point guard spot, is really up for grabs. Obviously, there are a lot of players that could take those minutes. You could see Quinn Cook play those minutes, Avery Bradley possibly. Obviously, there are reports that LeBron is going to play a lot at the point, but Alex Caruso definitely could see some minutes there as well, and definitely have a bigger role with this team. When you are looking at a point guard who truly, just from every aspect of the game, shooting, scoring, defending, playmaking, rebounds, Caruso actually may be our best option. I, for one, am very excited to see Caruso play this season for the Lakers, and I definitely think he is going to be getting a bigger role for this team than a lot of people are giving him credit for. But I'm curious, do you guys think Caruso is going to have a bigger role with the Lakers than people are expecting? Or do you think, no, he just got lucky these last couple of years because there were a lot of injuries to this team, but now that we have such a deep roster, he probably isn't really going to have as much of a role as the Richard Kroom is saying in this article? Let me know down in the comments below. That is going to be it for our top storylines of the day today here on Lakers Report. Obviously, with the Lakers, every second there's a new breaking story, a new big rumor. I, for one, am exhausted, but I'm also really excited about it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a double thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe here on Chat Sports and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel. You can, of course, also follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. And until next time, Laker Hand is out. Bye, guys.